Good morning. I'm glad to be here today. Thanks for having me. I'm really honored to be standing in front of you guys. Um, I remember, just to give you a little bit about myself, real quick. Um, Grew up in Erie, PA. Until I was 5 years old, I think we lived in the Franklin Terrace, which is out that way, right? They look a lot better now than when I lived there. Then I grew up, went to they call them the Cracker Jack houses. It was up on Glendale Avenue. Okay, actually, one of my students lives in that house right now. So I grew up in the housing authority houses. I went to Burton School, which is across the street from Roger Young Park. Anybody play sports across the street from Burton, where the pool is and all that? I went to that school. It used to be open when I was growing up. Then I went to Wilson, and then I went to Academy, is where the football stadium is. That used to be a school before it was Collegiate Academy. I went there, and then I went to Erie High School. It was called Central at the time. Okay, so I remember when I was at Burton School, our principal used to say, the sky is the limit. He used to tell us that. And what he meant was, like, you can do anything you want to do in life. Okay? He would tell us that every day. You can be anything you want to be. And he would talk to us about what we wanted to be in life. And I always wanted to be a football player. But you say, what else you want to be? And I would tell him, a scientist. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a principal. See, it wasn't enough for him to say, I just want to be a football player, or I want to be a basketball player. He wanted to know what else you wanted to be. He would say, go for the goal, which means reach for it, go get it. Go be the best that you can be. He would also say, troop. He would say, troop your drink. You know, readers are leaders. So he would tell us that people that read, they are people that become leaders. My mother used to say the same stuff at home. You know, I gotta admit, I tell my mom this now. She used to make us get up and she'd make us read books, and she used to do things like pray with us every morning. And I used to think, like, man, I'm tired of doing this. Anybody ever feel like that? You don't have to raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. But now that I'm an adult, I'm so happy that those teachers and those principals and those coaches and my mother every day before I left for school used to do those things with me. Even though when I was your age, I'm like, man, I'm tired of doing this. I know some of y'all probably feel like that sometimes, right? But that's okay. When you get my age, you'll appreciate it. So I want to talk to you about being the best. Okay, I'm going to take each one of those letters and I'm going to give you a couple words that I came up with. Okay, so being the best begins with the letter B. And I want to start off with the word believe. Because I want you all to believe in yourself. Everybody in this room is a special person with a special purpose. Every one of you are meant to do great things in life. And I want you to believe that. Some of you might be able to run fast. Some of you might be able to do math a little better than the other ones. Some of you might be able to draw a little better than the others, sing, do science, remember things, read a little bit better. We all have things we do well. So I want you to get better at the things you do well and work on the things you don't do so well. And if you can't run that fast, it don't matter. Don't worry about it. You got things you can do. You're all special. Believe in yourself. Now, another B word I want you to think about is bouncing back. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because in life, we're going to make little mistakes, or we're going to lose sometimes. We're not always going to win. I remember when I was 11 years old, we played a championship game at that football field that's right around the corner. Okay, Bay City football field. It was us against the Raiders. And we still talk about that game now. I'm 50 years old. We still talk about that game. And I cried after that game. But it's important that after a loss, you're able to come back. Because the next year, we came back and won the championship. Now just think if I would have not been able to bounce back. So it's okay when you make a mistake. Learn from the mistake. If you lose, learn from it. Come back stronger. The next letter is E. Elevate. I want you to think about what this school, the name is, Eagle's Nest, right? The eagle elevated from the ground above the trees. Who can tell me what elevate means from what I just said to you? The eagle elevated from the ground and went above the trees. What does that mean? Who can tell me? Elevate. Think about what I said. Yes. Yep, it flew. What else? Huh? To rise above. Right. To go up, right? To go up. I want you to always elevate. Go up. Go forward. Make progress. Get better. Even if it's an inch every day, just get a little bit better. A little bit better at reading, a little bit better at math, a little bit better at home, a little bit better big brother or big sister, a little bit better son or daughter, a little bit better friend. Elevate every day. It don't have to be a lot. Just a little bit every day. Some of you look like you're the older students at this school. Are we the older, like the 8th graders, or is this 8th? Is this what the, yes. Okay. So guess who's watching you? The younger kids. My brothers tell me now, like, Mo, my nickname is Mo. They'll tell me, Mo, we used to watch everything you did. And what you did is what I did. So you are the example for the younger kids. Like some of you, when I came in here, you held the door for me. I appreciate that. You know what a younger kid that's watching you is going to see? Oh, the 8th grader held the door. So that's what I'm going to do. You're the example. You elevate not only yourself, you elevate this whole school. So elevate. The S stands for, let's be studious. Studious students. And I heard you use the word scholar. Right? What does it mean to be studious? It means willing to learn, willing to read, willing to go after knowledge. A scholar, someone who seeks knowledge, who wants to be smarter, who wants to be more intelligent, not just on the football field or in the athletes, but in the books. You got to do a little bit of both. How many studious people we have here today? Raise your hand if you're studious. If you want to be a smarter person, raise your hand. It's okay. It's okay to be smart. Other hands should be way up there. It's okay. Be proud. Be proud of being smart. If I had to do it all over again, because I'm going to tell you what, I love playing football when I was growing up. That was my favorite thing to do. But if I had to do it all over again, see, when I got a little bit older, I realized that the books were more important than the athletics. Because I'm too old now to play football. I can't run no more. I can't throw no more. My back hurt. But I can still learn. You can learn your whole life. And the T. Be thankful. So I use the word thankful. Be thankful that you have all these great people, adults around here, teachers to help you. this great building facility to go to school in. Your parents. I see you guys are getting a new gym back there, right? Be thankful. People care about you. Be thankful for all that. Also, be thoughtful. Like I said, some of you guys, you the older students, be thoughtful. When you walk around, think, I'm setting an example for other students. Maybe my younger brothers or sisters are here watching me. They're going to do what you do. And that's really all I wanted to say to you today. Be the best. Does anybody remember what the B stood for? You can tell me before I go back to Erie High School, because I'm an assistant principal up there. So if you come to Erie High School next year, I'm going to be one of the principals there. Who can tell me what the B meant? Believe. Okay, believe. There was another thing I said too. Bounce back. What about the E? Can you tell me what the E meant? Elevate. Who can tell me what the S was? Back here. Studious. Who can tell me what the T was? One of the T words. Yes. Thankful. And I had one more. What was it? In the back. Thoughtful. So I'm going to repeat those, and I want you to repeat after me. All right? I don't want you to get you too riled up. I know it's Monday morning, I don't want to leave y'all too riled up for the teachers. So when I say believe, I want y'all to repeat after me. Believe.
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 Bounce back.
Bounce back.
Elevate.
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 Studious.
Studious.
Thankful.
Thankful.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for me before I leave today? And I want to thank Bishop Brock for having me today. Thank you so much. And to your teachers and everybody back there, thank you. You guys have been great. Miss Vincent, thank you so much. Anybody have any questions before I leave? Is that okay? Okay. Yes.
Do you know a girl named Kiara Oswald?
Oswald, Kiara. I probably met her, but the way things are set up at Erie High School, so I'm an assistant principal that deals with anybody's if your last name begins with a P through Z, so P, Q, S, T, then those are the students that I see. So another principal will probably see her, but I've probably seen her though. So anybody's last name P through Z? Okay, so if you came to Erie High School, then I will be seeing you. Anybody have any other questions? Yeah. What inspired me? I think all the people, first of all, my mother was just telling me what I could be, and then all the other people that I came in contact with, everybody in the neighborhood, people in my family were doing things, so I wanted to be like them. So some of my family was my heroes, not just people like sports heroes and stuff like that. Yes.
What's it like working with Mr. Orlando?
I like working for Mr. Leno. He's a good person to work for. He's a very, very good leader, very, very fair, treats his employees really, really well. Yeah. Erie High School opened, I believe, in 2017. So that's about 9 years. So I've been there since about then. But I've been working for the Erie School District since 1998. So I can almost retire in a few years. Like within the next 5 years, I can retire. That means I don't have to do it no more. But I love doing it. And I even seen some of the adults that are working here. I worked with them when they were in high school. Anybody else? Yes. Who can tell me how old? 50 years old, right? Anybody else? Thank you. Have a good day, all right? Thank you so much.